Hello and welcome to the Conversation Cafe. My name is Beth Turner. I'm a communication coach for young people, and this is where I come to share top tips and techniques with young people just like you, so that you can learn to be super confident in a whole variety of everyday communication situations. And so many people that I talk to ask me how to show that they are really listening to somebody that's talking to them. And in some of my previous videos, I've shared the difference between hearing and listening. And when someone is speaking to you, you can either just hear the sound of the words that they're speaking. If you're not concentrating, actively listening to what they're saying, then whatever you just heard from them, you probably won't be able to remember it, and you certainly couldn't share it on. So when you listen to someone, you do something totally different. You act and behave in a way that allows you to focus your concentration on what is being said by the person that you're talking to. And that has the impression to, and creates the impression to the person you're speaking to, that they are really important to you in that moment, and that you care about what you're listening to and you are enjoying the interaction with them. And when you listen, you're actually doing four things. You're hearing the words that they're saying, you're processing them in your mind to make sure that you understand what you're hearing. You're then reflecting on what you've just heard to decide how you feel about it. And then fourthly, you will act on it. So it might be a reaction in your face that shows the person how you are responding to what they've just said. It could be that you laugh if they've just told you something funny. Your reaction could be laughter, or it just could be more focused listening. But during the time that you're listening to someone, how should you behave to really reinforce the importance of the communication that you're having? Well, here are 3 or 4 things that you can do for sure. To show that you're actively listening, the first thing I suggest you do is to be silent when you're not speaking. Now, that sounds obvious, but sometimes we know we've been in situations where we can be listening to a friend and talking to another friend at the same time. And that's the sort of communication that kind of doesn't matter whether we remember all of it. In these instances, when rapport is important, be quiet while you're listening to them speak. The second thing is don't allow any distractions into the conversation. Certainly don't have your mobile phone present, because either the ping of a notification or a flash on your home screen of a message landing will be enough to distract you, and suddenly there are 3 of you in that conversation. The other thing you can do is make sure that you maintain eye contact for as long as possible with that person that you are listening to. And also use your body language. In one of my previous videos, we talk about the power of mirroring someone's body language. But if you are sitting down speaking, one of the most powerful things you can do to really show that you're engaged with what you're hearing is to lean forward, whether you're leaning forward onto a table or just leaning in towards the person that's speaking. It's an indication that you are listening really intently and you want to make sure you don't miss a thing. When you behave like an active listener, you will make sure that there are very few misunderstandings because you're really paying attention. You will let the person know that this conversation is really important to you, and also you will enjoy it. And because you're listening, you'll be able to ask questions that are meaningful and are really well thought through because you listened to everything that was said. You didn't just hear it. So those are my top tips to be an active listener and to show you are actively listening. Eye contact, body language leaning slightly in, making sure that you've got no distractions, and making sure that your body language and being silent whilst they're speaking. All of those things will have a really positive impact in the conversations that you're in. That's everything I want to share today about behaving like an active listener. If you enjoyed this video, please let somebody else know that it exists. And if not, let me know why not, and I will help you a different way. Thank you so much for joining me in the Conversation Cafe today. I'll see you back here soon.